All right, so this story is gonna, infuriate everybody and make your blood boil. Kansas police raid hospital room of terminally ill patient. Wow. Okay. A terminally ill Kansas man's hospital room was raided by cops because he used a weed vape and THC paste to ease the symptoms of the cancer that will kill him within weeks. On December 16th, Hays, Kansas police raided the hospital. Hays is the name of the place, I guess. The hospital room of 69-year-old Greg Bretz, who was suffering from terminal cancer after a hospital worker at Hays Medical Center caught him vaping marijuana. Brett said he has been vaping as well as eating THC paste with bread to relieve symptoms of his condition since being hospitalized roughly 3 weeks. Bretz is in the final stages of terminal inoperable cancer and told the Wichita Eagle that he most often lies flat on his back in his hospital bed and can't stand up without being assisted. Bretz told the Kansas City Star that his doctor told him to use whatever was necessary to relieve pain, including products containing THC, the active ingredient in cannabis. Police told Bretz that his vaping device could potentially be a fire hazard due to the presence of oxygen in the room. In many vaping devices, puffing activates the battery-powered heating device, which vaporizes the liquid in the cartridge or reservoir for inhalation. Bretz was cited for drug possession and is set to appear in court after the new year on January 2nd, 2023. Medical cannabis is illegal in Kansas despite 68% of the state's residents supporting state-sanctioned medical marijuana access, according to the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. That's a group called NORML. Idaho and Nebraska also ban the practice. I can't imagine anything more scummy than this. I mean, this is straight up dirtbag shit from the Kansas police. A guy who's terminally ill, who's doing marijuana to ease the pain of the fact he's going to die from cancer within a few weeks. And they're cracking down on him. They're making him show up in court. No. This should be a national story, and everybody should be outraged about this. By the way, even conservatives. You want to, because they always complain about big government. Well, this is the biggest government I can imagine. Policing you just because you want weed to take off the pain from terminal fucking cancer. By the way, I'll go a step further. Even if it wasn't for terminal cancer, even if it wasn't medicinal, let him fucking live, man. Nobody's getting hurt here. No, there is no violence he's enacting upon somebody else. There is no massive scam he's doing upon other people. If anything, the violence here is from the state, for the state to try to rob this man of, his last few days by forcing him to show up in court over some bullshit like this. That is state violence. That is the state doing the immoral and unethical action, and the action that should be illegal. Look, this story should be used as the turning point, right? Now, Biden recently, we talked about this quite a bit, but Biden recently came out and said, I'm going to basically pardon all the simple possession offenders at the federal level. Now, there were none, right? There are no more people who are in federal prison for simple possession, but there were about, I think the number was 6,000 or so who had been. And so what he's going to do is wipe their record clean, which is good because then those people can get a fucking job. So that's important, right? But the other thing he did is he told the states, hey man, come on, we got to do it. So they're working on descheduling marijuana. I'm sure that'll be announced at some point soon where they say it's no longer Schedule 1 drug. We're going to change it. Now they should take it off the list, but even if they make it Schedule 2, 3, 4, whatever, it'll be better, right? And he also told the states, get it together. So you guys are going to please pardon all the people who are nonviolent, offenders here who just sold weed or had weed or whatever. Please pardon them. Please wipe the slate clean and let's stop this madness, basically. And here you have Kansas effectively going in the opposite direction, cracking down on a terminally ill patient because he took the edge off of his pain. This is monstrous. Look, again, I don't care where you are on the political spectrum. I think this is one where we could all meet. 68% of Kansas says medical marijuana should be allowed. This is as close as we're going to be to a unanimous issue on anything ever. This poor guy's a fucking victim. Look, if there's a lot of anger out there against the police, there's a very simple way to change that. Stop making people angry. Stop doing shit that will correctly anger people. If cops spent all their time going after murderers and rapists and people doing grand larceny and, Wall Street fraudsters, war criminals, then everybody would love the police. It's stuff like this that gives them a bad name. right? So stop. Oh, but you gotta enforce the laws because the laws are on the books. No, you don't. If it's a shitty law, you don't have to fucking do anything. Don't see shit, don't say shit. You know, whatever, look the other way. It's not like, what, cops have never looked the other way. They do it all the fucking time, but it's usually for when one of their friends or one of their family members does some fucked up shit. Even if it's something genuinely bad, they'll look the other way. You can look the other way for this. Fuck out of here. And I don't buy the thing about like, oh, yeah, if you vape in the room, the oxygen tank is going to explode. Fuck out of here. That's not true. If you vape in the room, it's like, oh, everything's immediately going to explode. Shut the fuck up. It's just not true. It's bullshit. Now I'm going to vape in solidarity here. This one's not weed, though. This is not weed. I vape like I'm a fucking teenage girl in high school. I'm doing Cool Mint is the one that I'm doing right now. It actually kind of matches the background. Anyway. All right, guys, so this is beyond bullshit. I feel terrible for this guy. Free him now. Apologize. I would say give him money. Shit, they should give him money, even though he's not going to be around much longer. What a terrible way to have to go out. It just, the system can be so brutal and unkind and stupid, and it requires all of us standing up at the same time and drawing a line in the sand and saying, you know what? No. Fuck off on this one. This is not happening. Legalize, tax, and regulate marijuana nationwide, not just for medicinal reasons, but also for recreational reasons. That's the way we're heading. That's the way we should head. Because, look, keep it real. This is the other end of the spectrum, right? This is what it looks like in the world that the drug warriors want to create. It looks like this. It looks like this. And the most important thing to say about it is deeply, deeply anti-freedom. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.